Plug and plays, the dinky little things from the 2000s. If you're in the know, you would know what it means. But if you don't, this video should hopefully help and be a little fun little video to watch. If you like it, please give me a like. I've worked insanely hard on this. The first plug and play we have is a Namco arcade machine plug and play. It's one of my favorites, and the first up is Pole Position. Pole Position! This is one of my favorite games fucking ever! It's awesome! The controls feel amazing. It's a great racing game. It's one of my favorites out of this entire lineup of this whole system. It's awesome, but I can't really talk about it in its entirety because there's 3 other games that we gotta go through on this one plug and play, so we kinda gotta rapid fire it because I gotta condense 30 minutes into 15 minutes. It's rough. Now, for the 4th highest selling arcade machine of all time, Miss Pac-Man's up next. And this one it's rough. The joystick, it's way better on actual arcade machines. The joystick is super rough for me to control. There's obvious dead zones, and it just, it ruins the whole experience, man. It's rough. But aside from that, all the ghosts and stuff is super fun to just navigate around, aside from the joystick issues. We got Mappy up next, and Mappy is, really underrated for some reason, even though it isn't. It's one of the best feeling ones on this entire plug and play for me. Just the navigation of jumping and then getting onto a stage feels so nice and fluid. I can't describe it. Hopefully the footage I took is nice enough. Galaga is next. Galaga is really fun. It's my comfort food of arcade machines because it's so fluid and everything. But on the plug and play, it's not really that fluid. It's kind of a slog to control, and it doesn't do the game justice. It's a rough one. Oh, what's that? You played Galaga. Oh, amazing! You're gonna not really like Xevious. It's rough on this plug and play, man. Even as a kid, I couldn't figure out what the hell I was supposed to do instead of just hit things with my laser. It's not fun. I don't recommend this one. Now we got Tetris. Tetris is super fun. No, for the sake of variety, I tested out the multiplayer function, and me and the person I was playing with both came to the same conclusion that this controller sucks so bad. It's the block one. I'll put a picture on screen if I know how to edit, which is probably not. But the block is the same issue with the Miss Pac-Man plug and play. There's obvious dead zones that ruin the game for you, and it's not fun to play. It's not fun to fight. It's just not a fun plug and play. Next is Wheel of Fortune, and this one has amazing music to it. It's just Wheel of Fortune though, and it is a slog to play. The wheel on it is just the best thing ever. It feels amazing to control. It feels amazing to play. It's just Wheel of Fortune being super duper boring. I don't have much footage of this, but if you see a little sensor bar at the bottom of the screen, it's because I bought this secondhand, and someone else had their data on it. So, yippee. Okay, now I realize I had to reshoot this multiple times, and that has drained the hell out of me. But I just realized, why not just use the best takes and then just talk about the plug and play itself? I want to talk about the controller of this thing. It has 4 buttons. 2 of them is an A and B button, and the other 2 is a start and power button. Oh my god. Dude, half of the games had no button functionality at all. It was the worst. And then the joystick, or I don't know what I would call it. The joystick, you could pinch it and move it. It's so hard to explain. Like, the top of it it spins. I think that's the way I can explain it. It spins, and it made everything feel awful. And I say this genuinely, because there's no D-pad. It's a super stubby controller, and it barely fits in my big-ass fucking hands. It was a rough time. It was not fun. Next one we got up is a Star Wars plug and play. It's weird. I hate the control to it. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna make that no secret. The first one we got up out of this like mash of stolen games and stolen ROMs just retextured is one called Droid Invasion. And it's just like, I don't know where I went wrong in life to start reviewing plug and plays like this. And I don't know much about Star Wars, but I need one of you to tell me who that face is in the comments below. That's nightmare fuel, dog. Like, come on. Come on. Also, the game is not fun. Like, I don't know who decided to make a basket catching thing, but it's also like impossible to see where the thing you deflected is going to go. It's impossible. It's not fun. Next one up is Coruscant Attack. I don't know how I would pronounce that, not in 1,000 years, but this is easily the one that I had the most fun with. It's like the most simplest controls, but the joystick makes it like painful. It swivels, if that makes any sense. Like, it's very annoying. It's not fun. But the game aspect of it is really fun. I don't know what this copied, but it was a good time, honestly. I would load this up every now and then just to play this game. It's fun. Next is Grievous Onslaught. I am not a Star Wars guy. I don't know if I pronounced that right. But this game is bullshit. You have to swing your lightsaber to deflect the bullets hitting you, and it's so hard to figure out that timing for me. And the buttons are fun to press, but like I can't spam them, and I want to spam them for some reason. It's more of a skill issue than a game issue. But this one's fun. I feel like I would get really upset at it if I was to play it for multiple than like 5 hours. So I don't know if there's like a boss or something at the end of it. It's fun. I don't see myself playing it again though. Next up is Gunship Battle, and I remember vividly when I was recording this, I have no idea what to do. Like, this gave me such a bad headache because the gameplay loop is so repetitive. It's rough. And I know, like, oh, kid is complaining about plug and plays. Dude, this was the worst one yet. And this entire thing has just been filled with disappointment and failure. Like, oh my god, this was rough to record. Next up is Utapau Chase. I don't know if I'm saying that right either. I'm sorry if I sound tired. It's because I very, very much am. This one was fun. Like, it was fun in the sense that you never knew what the fuck you were supposed to do. This plug and play had an issue with that. It would tell you like 3 paragraphs in the beginning of every game, but it won't tell you what you're supposed to do. It's rough. But this one was fun. Yeah. Next up has to be the most special plug and play in my entire collection. There's only one image on it on Google, and you can look it up. It's called Kingfish, right? And the controller looks so phallic, and it's just a fucking fishing game. Like, how important does plug and plays have to be in my life for that to be the most important thing? But I need you to listen to this intro music and tell me if it sounds just a little bit familiar. Just a little allegedly familiar, okay? Yeah, so that is the intro to it. It sounds a lot like Doom. And there are 3 modes. Practice, what else? It was Practice, Tournament, and Kingfish. And just for fun, I chose Kingfish. But, like, this game is so uninteresting, but the history behind it, which is very, very little, so I don't know anything about it, is super interesting to me. Yeah, that's essentially the entire thing. It also has motion capabilities, though. So if you catch a fish and then you yank up on the plug and play, it will actually yank up in the game. And that is so unique for a plug and play. Like, wow, that blew my fucking mind. If you want to look it up, it's like Excalibur fishing plug and play or something like that. It's a fun time to look through. That's the video on plug and plays. I hope you enjoyed it. Making it has been awful. Like, this was not fun at all. Sitting through like 8 days of just straight nothing but recording, editing, playing. It has taken a toll on my head, man. Big thank you to bootleggames.fandom.com for like helping me out and getting resources and facts for this video. If you want to see more, you're not getting a plug and play video ever again, but you feel free to like, man. Holy.